I really wanted to know, where is this fertility medicine going in the next 5 to 10 years? Many people are preferring not to have a kid. Many people are developing diseases because of lifestyle factors. Many people are becoming really healthy.
Yeah.
How do you see this?
So as far as demographics is concerned, there is one aspect, and the other aspect is as far as the science is heading. As far as the demographics is concerned, yes, we do have a fairly large percentage of people who are opting to not have kids now, as opposed to the past. People are not even opting to get married
Correct.
or have kids. It's a personal choice.
Correct.
That's all right. But then I always tell couples who are in their early 30s or late 20s that if you think right now that you are not going to want to have kids in future, and if that decision never changes, it's all right. It's happiness does not depend on goals. If I get married, I'll be happy. If I have a child, I'll be happy. No, happiness just is. You are complete regardless of whether you have a spouse or a child or not. But if at 40 or 42 suddenly you wake up and think, I want a child and I wish I'd done it then, if you think your mind might change, then do something about it now. And then coming to also the fact that recent reports have indicated that India's fecundity rate, fertility ratio, has dropped. So any population needs a ratio of 2 to 2.1 to sustain its population or to grow. That means if every couple has about 2 or 2.1 children, the population remains where it is or starts to grow in future. We were doing that till now. But now it has come down to less than 2. So at the current rate, the population will stabilize, and when this drops further to about 1.7, which is expected to happen somewhere around 2050, the population will actually start declining. And we already spoke about more and more couples desiring children and not being able to have kids as well. So the future is going to see a lot of couples who may not want children, but a lot of couples who are not being able to have them either. I don't see anywhere in the near future our environment becoming any less toxic than it is, for example.
Correct.
As far as the science is concerned, it's going to be the future of personalized medicine. It's not that the same protocol is going to be for everybody. And not just that, as we have tried to make it safer and safer over the years, 2 of the most dreaded complications of IVF we have almost done away with. One is OHSS, where in the past women used to get hyperstimulated and then end up with a complication called ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome, which saw 20-25 years back, in the most severe of cases, women ending up in ICUs. Fertility is elective. No woman should end up in a life-threatening situation. This used to happen because the stimulation protocols often led to a very high number of eggs being formed. And because we did not have the excellent embryo-freezing techniques that we have now, back then, if we tried to freeze the embryos, 40% of them did not survive slow freezing. So embryos were usually transferred in the fresh cycle. That means you've done the egg retrieval. And those days, because it was mostly day 2 or day 3 transfer, 2 or 3 days later, the embryos are transferred back into the uterus. When the woman's hormone levels are already high, if she gets pregnant in that situation, her body reacts violently and ends up in this life-threatening OHSS. But now, first of all, we have very good freezing techniques. So now if we know that there is a large number of eggs, we don't do a fresh embryo transfer. We freeze all the embryos. By the time her next period comes, her hormone levels have already cooled down. And then you do the frozen embryo transfer. It's in a much more physiological environment. It does not put her health at risk. Also in the past, as I said, because transfers were done on day 2 or day 3, and either you go through multiple embryo transfers, transferring only 1 or 2 at a time, not knowing which one will click. Or if you want to reduce the time to conception, you transfer 4, 5, 6, 7. Clinics were doing that. And then you end up with a pregnancy where there are triplets, quadruplets. And then that usually does not go to term. So at the 3rd month of pregnancy, something called a selective fetal reduction was done, where an injection was put into the heart of 1 or 2 babies to stop them from growing. And then leave only 1 or 2 of them to continue growing. Today, because we are doing blastocyst stage transfers and we are able to properly select that one or maximum two embryos, we don't just not end up with OHSS, we now have OHSS free clinics. We also don't end up with higher order multiple pregnancies, at the most twins, and that also we are trying to move towards single embryo transfer.